fabric, from the yarn. And if you tear it apart, goes back into the yarn. Therefore, yarn is Atma for the fabric. Yarn itself is dependent. Yarn is dependent on the fiber. You go to the spinning mill or a charka, yarn is created from fiber. And when you unravel it, it becomes fiber. All is left is fiber, which you can think of as the Atma of the yarn. Sarvatma is what? That which sustains, that which from which everything comes, everything sustained, and into which everything resolves. So if we keep going till a point when you reach where you can't go any further, etad vaitat, that is what you're asking. Hey Nachiketa. Topi Brahmaiva. Tad etat sarvatmakam. Oh, it's particular, yeah. Tad etat.
Tad etat.
You can put this thing on. Yeah. Tad etat.
Tad etat.
Sarvatmakam Brahma.
Sarvatmakam.
Tadu naneti. Natyeti, sorry. Tadu natyeti.
Tadu natyeti.
Natitya.
Natya.
Tadatmakatam.
Atmakatam.
Tadanyatvam gacchati.
Tadanyatvam gacchati.
Kaschana kaschidapi.
Kaschana.
Etad vaitat. Tad etat sarvatmakam Brahma. There is the Sukshma in the form of Hiranyagarbha, and then in the individual form is Vyakti Sukshma, individual functions, individual senses, individual Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas and Prana and so on, all of which have a samashti, all of which in totality become Hiranyagarbha. That Hiranyagarbha is Sarvatmakam Brahma, is also nothing but Brahman. But what happens? The beauty of this Sukshma is this. The Sukshma is not existent without Brahman, without the Samashti Hiranyagarbha, which is dependent on Brahman. Nor can it have an existence without some form of carrier. Therefore, Sukshma requires a Sthula. You cannot have a Sukshma hanging by itself. So you have this Sukshma, which has the capacity, because of the Tadatmyam with Brahman, Atma, inseparable and visibly inseparable. This Sukshma allows us to perceive the presence of Atma. Atma is everything. But where we can perceive Atma easily while staying within this Jagat is in the Sukshma. Therefore, anything which is only Sthula, does not have any Sukshma component, we fail to see Atma. When there is the Sukshma available, we feel that there is a power which is enlivening this whole system. But when you see a stone, you don't get that feeling. Fact is, Atma is everywhere. We can't see it. Therefore, we separate everything into sentient and insentient. And in the sentient, we see Atma. Many times people who destroy animals argue that there is no Atma in animals. Like the way the Arab traders and European traders argued that the slaves they brought from Africa don't have a soul. This was their argument. Therefore, they can be traded like an insentient thing. Some Arab traders did this also with women. Again, the same argument, saying that they don't have soul, they don't have Atma. So they can be bought and sold like any commodity. But clearly there's a fallacy there. Tad etat sarvatmakam brahma. Everywhere. You can't not accept it. Tad u natyena atyeti. Indeed, you can't go beyond. There's nothing to transcend. That is the utkrishta, ultimate. Na atitya. Atitya na gacchati. Can't go beyond. You can't, in the universe of gold ornaments, you can't go beyond gold. That's the end of that. In that universe, in the universe of clay products, you can't go beyond clay. In the totality of the Jagat, that which you can't go beyond, which you still see. You see gold chain, you see also gold. And if you really understood, see only gold. The rest is only Namarupa. Next mantra, we will talk about the Supadhi. It's only gold there. Point of view. Because tadatmikatam. We are unable to see beyond that. Na atitya tad anyatvam gacchati. Na gacchati. Anyatvam na gacchati. There is nothing to see beyond that. Nothing. Kashchana. Kashchidapi. You can't see anything that exceeds this. At no point in time, because time itself is dependent, no vastu can exceed it. Nothing can exceed it. It is the end. Therefore, he says, Araha iva rathanabho arpitaha. Etad vaitat. This is what you asked for here, Nachiketa. That which on which everything is dependent, which itself does not depend on anything, that Atma you asked for. That which transcends Punya Papa, transcends time, transcends everything. In the next verse, he continues in the same way. In fact, the next verse, Bhashyakara has a connecting sentence, which is very interesting. Let's read that. Can you put that on? यत् ब्रह्मादिस्थावरान्तेषु
यद्ब्रह्मादिस्थावरान्तेषु
वर्तमानं
वर्तमानं
तत्तदुपादिकत्वात्
तत्तदुपाधिकत्वात्
अब्रह्मवत् अवभासमानं
ब्रह्मवद् अवभासमानं
संसारी
संसारी
अन्यत् परस्मात् ब्रह्मणः
परस्मात् ब्रह्मणः
इति मा भूत् कस्यचित् आशंका
इति मा भूत् कस्यचित् आशंका
इति इदम् आह
इति इदम् आह
यदेवेह तदमुत्र
तदमुत्र
तदमुत्र तदन्विह
यदमुत्र तदन्विह
मृत्यो समृत्युमाप्नोति
मृत्योः मृत्युमाप्नोति
सह्यनानेव पश्यति
यज्ञनानेव पश्यति
ॐ ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्म हविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणा. Oh, where am I going? Also, if I say this, everybody will go for food. Time for lunch. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om.
नमस्कारः धन्यवादः पुनः
Om
Om Swamiji.